What's up, snappers? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new season of Marvel Snap. I'm Drewski. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new cards of the season, the Fantastic Four First Step season. I'm going to be giving my initial thoughts, my star ratings of every single card of the season, and guiding you guys to figure out what you should be using your precious resources on. Pardon the interruption, but I'm throwing another giveaway for the PAX bundle. If you want to enter in the giveaway, follow the description below, and good luck to the people that are entering in the giveaway. Now let's take a look at the first card of the month, Mr. Fantastic. So Mr. Fantastic is a 2-cost, 2-power card with the ability of end of turn, give a card in your hand -1 cost or +2 power. He's available on the 8th and he's available through the premium season pass. So initial thoughts, I gave him a 4 out of 5 stars. I believe his ability is very valuable in Marvel Snap. Getting a discount in cost is always good, or power. I believe that getting a card with that reduction or power in your hand potentially multiple times is really good. It doesn't really say that it can only happen once for a certain card, so if that happens to one card every single time or every single turn, I think it'd be really good. He's definitely going to be one of the anchor cards in the end of turn archetype, the potential archetype that'll be looming or growing in this month of Marvel Snap. There's going to be a bunch of end of turn cards that are coming out. He's essentially a utility card. He could fit in almost every single deck, especially with that end of turn ability. Getting that ability off every single turn is going to be really good. His cost is awesome as well because it's a 2 cost. So if you play him on curve, you could definitely take advantage of his ability. The one big negative I could see with this card is that obviously it's not really controllable with what you get, a -1 cost or +2 power. But in a sense, it's a better Phastos, right? So you can kind of see what is in your hand and then you could utilize what you got and you kind of know what you got rather than it affecting your deck and not knowing what happened to those cards. So Mr. Fantastic gives you that control. It's not as bad or random as Phastos. Now let's take a look at the next card of the month, Fantastic Car. Fantastic Car is a 4-cost, 7-power card with the activated ability of give your end of turn cards a +2 power. It's a series 4 card and it's available on the 8th. So unfortunately right now only available through the super premium season pass that everyone is hating right now. I do not enjoy this as well. It's kind of introducing a kind of a pay to win mechanic, even though season pass does come with a series 5 card, but this just adds more to the avalanche of pay to win. So we will see how strong this card is. Initial thoughts, I think it's a 3 out of 5 stars, so potentially it's not a must have. Maybe you could wait next month to get it through snap packs. I would say the ability is good, but my big worry is that it's a 4-cost activator. We've seen cards like Symbiote Spider-Man, maybe Fan Fei. Those cards are not like super good, that they are higher 4-cost cards that are activators. I'm gonna be a proponent that you should probably pass on this card just as to stand up against, Second Dinner and let them know that this card should not be available through the super premium season pass. Sure, I get their point of view of bringing value to that pass, of giving, more cards to players. This is definitely the first season that they're starting this. I know that Datamind values the next following season, they're doing it again. So we will see, depending on how the community responds to this. Hopefully they listen and maybe not add more cards anymore to this super premium pass. So we'll see. I would say there is potential with this card. +2 power is great and all, but I would say a lot of people are probably going to be passing on this card if they're free to play, especially. So at the end of the day, you can always get it through snap packs the following month, but it definitely is a feels bad card. Now let's take a look at our next card, Herbie. So Herbie is a 2-cost, 3-power card with the ability of each turn this is in play, swap it to a new activate ability until one is used. He's a series 5 card and he's available on the 8th. And he will be available through the seasonal series 5 pack or through tokens, 6K specifically. So I've already reviewed this card. If you want to take a look, it's in the link above, or you can look through my channel. I definitely have reviewed this card and I think he is definitely worth a 4 stars. I haven't had a chance to try him out specifically, but I believe that his ability, his utility is very flexible, and all those abilities more or less are pretty good. The +2 energy is really awesome. Getting the rock with 4 power is even good. Makes him essentially a 2/7. getting the power to different lanes, adding, 4 cards in total with that +1 is gonna be really good. And then being able to double up his powers should be pretty good, right? As long as you juice him up first. My only negative about this card is that you're not able to see which activated ability you have unless you play Herbie on the board. It's not like Nico where you can decide on which spell you want to use before playing the card. So that's my only negative about this card. Now let's take a look at the next card of the month, Human Torch First Steps. So Human Torch First Steps is a 3-cost 2-power card with the ability of end of turn +1 power. Once per game, if your side here is full, double this card's power instead. He's a Series 5 card and he's available on the 15th and available through seasonal Series 5 pack and for 6k tokens. I believe that his ability is really cool. It's definitely a very interesting take of the original Human Torch about just gaining power. The power generation of +1 is going to be really interesting in Snap. You definitely want to have more turns or have more abilities to re-trigger this effect. There is a card that does that. For this card to work with Clog is very interesting, being able to fill your side of the board or your opponent's side and then getting more power on your side. So my initial star ratings of this card is a 3.5 stars. I'm a little bit reserved on the ability of this card because sure, getting a lot of power is great and all, but there's a lot of counters to this card and you have to clog your side of the board in order to get that doubling effect. So it's a big balancing act on this card on what you want to do, if you want to gain more power passively or doubling the amount of power with this card. And there could be really cool nutty power plays that you could do with this card. After seeing the dev video, of course he could work in the Silver Surfer archetype. I didn't really mention that on this slide, but having him work with a different amount of archetypes is going to be bringing up his value. At the end of the day, I believe Human Torch has a lot of potential, having a very high ceiling but very low floor if it gets countered. But other than that, getting a lot of power, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. Now let's take a look at the next card of the month, The Thing First Steps. So The Thing First Steps is a 5-cost 6-power card with the end of turn ability of +2 power. Once per game, if your side here is full, destroy an enemy card here with less power. He's a Series 5 card and he's available on the 22nd and he's available through the seasonal Series 5 pack and for 6k tokens. I gave him initially a 4 out of 5 stars. I believe that his power generation is crazy, +2 power. You saw in the dev video that he could potentially reach to 12 power. He could definitely work well with the Human Torch First Steps and even Clog in general. Maybe Mojo becomes a thing with this card. There's a lot of different deck building mechanics that can work well with this card. Maybe Patriot, maybe like some rocks. He could definitely work with other cards within this month. I don't want to go through spoilers, but I will mention the next card. Maybe it might be this one. But this card has a lot of interesting deck building potential of maybe a Darkhawk list, maybe a rock list, debris. For example, there's a lot of different cards that could work with this card. Being able to destroy a card is very powerful for the thing. Being a 5/12 is already insane. So being able to destroy a card in itself can really pop off with this card. So I have a reserve 4 stars. Potentially he could reach to like a 5 stars, honestly. Now let's take a look at the next card of the month, Mole Man. So Mole Man is a 3-cost 3-power card with the on reveal ability of banish the top card of your deck. Add 2 rocks to your hand. Set their power to the banish card's cost. It's a Series 4 card. It's available on the 24th and it's through the limited time event mode. I'm not sure exactly which event mode this card is available on, but it's a card that you can unlock. So initial thoughts, I gave him a 3 out of 5 stars. I believe his ability is very interesting. Banishing the top card of your deck. Of course, that's the huge negative of this card because what if you had a really good card on the top of your deck? But the huge balance of this card is that it sets the power to the banished card's cost. I'm a little bit worried about potentially of the negative pitfalls of this card because a lot of people are just going to have a feels bad of just hitting the top card of their deck and then they're going to be like, I don't want to play this card because like it just ruined my situation. I can definitely see the potential with this card though, being able to be played in a token deck or a zoo or Patriot style list, maybe getting some benefit out of those rocks, powering them up later potentially, maybe with Marvel Boy or Patriot. So there are some ways to utilize this card, but I would say a lot of people are gonna have a feels bad probably moment with this card, and then figure they're like gonna be like, no, I don't want to play this card because it banished the card that I really wanted to play. So to be reserved, I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. Potentially, maybe I'm underselling this card. Maybe there's a better use case, or maybe I'm not seeing what's happening with this card. Now let's take a look at the next card of the month, Mad Thinker. So Mad Thinker is a 1 cost, 1 power card with at the start of each turn after drawing, +2 power if your hand is full. He's a Series 4 card. He's available on the 24th, and he's available through a limited time event mode. Obviously, just like I mentioned with Mole Man, I'm not sure which card is available through which event, but he should be available through a limited time event mode this month. So initial star ratings for this card, I gave him a 2 out of 5 stars. I am not sold on this ability at all. Checking hand size to see if it's full every single turn and getting +2 power only is the value of this card, and it's a 1 cost, 1 power. So the stats of this card just individually is not there, and just being a full hand, a lot of people don't want a full hand, honestly, in Marvel Snap. Maybe if you are creating cards like a Moon Girl or Frigga or an Agent of Shield type list, sure, it could work. But in many cases, you don't want a full hand size, so that might kind of like stumble you in the game. So I would say this card is definitely one of the cards you kind of want to avoid with these like limited time event modes. Sure, you will kind of want to get it because it is free in a way, but it does feel bad. I don't see a purpose with this card at the current moment. Maybe in the future it'll get buffed, but right now I would say definitely skip on this card. Now let's take a look at the final card of the season, Invisible Woman First Steps. So she's a 3 cost, 5 power card with the activated ability of this turn, your end of turn abilities happen twice. She's a Series 5 card, and she's available on the 29th for the seasonal Series 5 pack or through 6K tokens. Initial thoughts, my first 5-star card that I'm giving out for this month. I believe that her ability is very strong in Marvel Snap, especially it depends on how many end of turn cards that you have in your collection. She is flexible in a way that she does work with older cards that have the end of turn ability. She will work very well with a lot of the cards in this month, like Human Torch, The Thing, Mr. Fantastic himself. I wish Herbie would work with this card. Maybe it will in the future. But again, she grows in value depending on how many end of turn cards come to Marvel Snap. But being able to make it happen twice on an activate is really good. And she's not bad of a cost either. 3 costs, Silver Surfer, I guess. But in a sense that her being able to repeat an ability is going to be very good. Imagine repeating the ability of Mr. Fantastic's ability going off multiple times. Human Torch, for example, another time. Even The Thing again. So there's a lot of different potentials. In the dev video, they showcased Dr. Doom 2099 working with this card. I wouldn't say that's a good case for this card. There are going to be definitely some synergies that work better with her, and being able to repeat those end of turns is going to be really, really good. So easy 5 stars in my opinion. Being able to repeat abilities like that on the board, all of them potentially at the same time, is going to be freaking crazy. Now let's take a look at my final thoughts of this season of Marvel Snap. I will show you guys all the star ratings that I have for all the cards that I've shown in today's video. I am very hopeful and very excited for this season. Invisible Woman's the only 5-star that I gave, but the potential of these cards should be pretty good. Hopefully I'm wrong on some cards. Hopefully they are better than expected. Maybe like Human Torch has the potential of being better. Potentially Mole Man too. Maybe Mole Man I kind of rated kind of low. There are certain cards that you definitely want to skip. Potentially a Fantastic card because it's a card that is available through that super premium pass. Mad Thinker, definitely I say you can skip on that card, but if you definitely want to stay collection complete or close to it, then you can definitely pick up that card during that event mode. So what are your thoughts of the brand new cards this season of Marvel Snap? Am I completely wrong? Let me know in the comments below on who are you most hyped for this season. Please let me know in the comments below if you enjoy this type of content. I would love to do more in the future, but obviously it really depends on you guys. If you guys enjoy this, then let me know. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, please subscribe to the channel. I would love for you to be a part of this amazing community here on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy snapping.